If you have ever landed a job that offers daily pay, your first thought was probably pure relief. The idea of accessing the money you earn today, right now, instead of waiting 2 weeks for a traditional paycheck feels like a total game changer for your budget. No more waiting for Friday while bills stack up. No more stressing over whether an unexpected charge is going to bounce your checking account, and no more turning to predatory payday loans just to keep the lights on. But here is the catch that nobody warns you about when you sign up during employee onboarding. Earned wage access is a tool, and just like any financial tool, if you do not know how to use it properly, it can easily turn into a financial trap. Thousands of workers sign up for daily pay expecting total financial freedom, only to find themselves stuck in a cycle of empty paychecks, hidden transfer fees, and endless confusion when payday finally rolls around. Today, we are going to break down the biggest beginner mistakes people make when using daily pay, exactly why these mistakes happen, and the simple strategies you can use to take control of your earnings without letting the app control you. The very first mistake almost every beginner makes is treating daily pay like a free checking account or an unlimited cash pool. When you open the app after a long shift and see a visible balance sitting there, your brain automatically registers it as extra money. You worked 8 hours. You see $70 or $80 available, and the temptation to cash out immediately for a quick coffee, lunch, or an impulse online purchase kicks in. What beginners fail to realize is that every single dollar you pull out today is a dollar that will be missing from your official paycheck on payday. It sounds obvious on paper, but psychologically, spending your money in small microdoses creates a dangerous illusion. When you constantly pull out $20 or $30 every day, you strip away the buffer that is supposed to cover your fixed monthly expenses like rent, car payments, insurance, and utilities. Come payday, your actual direct deposit lands in your bank account, and instead of seeing a full paycheck, you see a fraction of what you expected. Panic sets in because rent is due tomorrow, so what do? You log back into daily pay and start transferring next week's earnings prematurely just to survive the current week. This is the classic earned wage access trap, where you are constantly running on a hamster wheel, borrowing from your future self just to pay for your past self. This leads directly into the second massive beginner mistake, completely ignoring transfer fees. On its own, paying $2 or $3 for an instant transfer does not seem like a big deal. If you need emergency gas money right now, paying a tiny fee to get your cash immediately is completely reasonable. The problem occurs when instant transfers become a daily habit. If you transfer money instantly 5 times a week, you are spending roughly $15 a week just to access money you already earned. Over the course of a month, that adds up to $60, and over a year, you are giving away over $700 in unnecessary convenience fees. That is hundreds of dollars pulled straight out of your pocket for no reason other than impatience. If you need to use daily pay, learning to plan your transfers 48 hours in advance using the standard free option is the single fastest way to keep more of your hard-earned money in your bank account. Another huge point of confusion and fear for beginners centers around how direct deposit works once you sign up for daily pay. A lot of users wake up on payday, check their personal bank account, and see that their employer deposited their money under the name DailyPay or Wells Fargo instead of their employer's company name. Some people panic, thinking their account was hacked or that their payroll system broke. Here is what is actually happening behind the scenes. When you create a daily pay account, the system sets up a temporary routing and account number where your employer sends your total paycheck. Daily pay receives your full pay from your employer, subtracts any early transfers you made throughout the pay period, and then automatically forwards whatever remains directly into your personal bank account or pay card. Understanding this mechanism eliminates the panic. Beginners also frequently misunderstand the difference between their total gross earnings and their available daily pay balance. You might work a 10-hour shift, calculate that you earned $200, but when you open the app, it says you only have $120 available for transfer. This causes people to worry that their employer is underpaying them or that daily pay is stealing their money. In reality, daily pay intentionally caps your available balance at a certain percentage, usually around 50 to 80% of your estimated net pay. They do this for your own protection to account for mandatory tax withholdings, Social Security, health insurance deductions, garnishments, and potential time card adjustments. The money that isn't available for early transfer isn't missing. It is simply held safely in reserve so that your payroll taxes are fully covered, with any leftover balance released to you as normal on your official payday. So, how do you use DailyPay as a powerful tool rather than falling into these common traps? First, set a strict personal rule for when you are allowed to open the app. Treat DailyPay strictly as an emergency backup fund, not a daily checking account. Only log in when an unexpected expense arises, like an urgent medical bill, a sudden car repair, or a critical utility bill that is due before payday. Second, if you do need to make an early transfer, always select the free standard transfer whenever possible to completely avoid paying unnecessary instant transfer fees. Third, track every single transfer manually in a simple budgeting app or notebook so you know exact figures for what your final paycheck will look like, preventing any unpleasant surprises on payday. By keeping your usage intentional, staying aware of how the system processes your payroll, and eliminating instant transfer fees, you can enjoy the peace of mind that comes with earned wage access without sacrificing your financial stability.